I'm back in the van, and that is the last time I do a job for that landlord, because I've done so much work for him, even at his own house. And obviously it's a right hand block and it's going to be quite a costly repair. I gave him the price and he's now umming and ahhing and this, that, the other. And now he's saying how much is a new boiler. I gave him a ballpark figure for a new boiler, and now he's questioning that, basically questioning everything. So I said, okay, look, fine. If you don't want me to do the repair today, no problem. Just settle my call out and that's it. Hi, and welcome to today's video. Today's water is not actually that cold, it's 6.5 degrees, so I'm sitting here for 5 minutes. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise that's going to muffle out because the microphone is just there in front of me. Now, today's video is about, well, a landlord. Now, we all know what it's like when we're working for landlords. They want everything done as cheap as possible. But with this landlord, I thought he was different, because he specifically contacted me a while ago, and I can't remember where he got my details from, but he said I come recommended. And since then, I've probably done a good half a dozen jobs for him. I've even been to his own house as well. And, you know, there was a level of trust that he knew that I was getting the work done. All of the jobs that he sent me to for his rental properties, it was all first-time fixes. I had parts on the van, so I was able to get it done there and then. And then in today's video, you'll find out, I don't want to give it away too much, but you'll find out what happens. But ultimately, I know it's not all landlords, but majority of landlords, all they care about is the price. They don't seem to care about the quality of the workmanship. And it's a case of, can you do it cheaper? Every single time I used to give them a price for the work, can you do it cheaper? Can you do it cheaper? I'm like, how about the fact that I'm here, I can get the work done whilst I'm here, rather than having to charge you for one visit and then coming back for another visit? Doesn't that show efficiency and saving you money overall in the long run? It just seems like they're trying to penny pinch left, right, and centre, only to then probably end up spending hundreds, maybe even thousands later on down the line, because they're going for the cheaper option. And we know that the cheaper option isn't always the best option. For example, when my van broke down last year, my timing belt went. The mechanic that I was recommended, I called him up and I told him what the issues were that I was having, what the AA had diagnosed. And the confidence that he gave me on the phone was like, basically, what, when someone tells me they've got a problem with the boiler, and I'm like, yeah, I know what that is. It was like that. And I didn't shop around. He gave me that confidence that he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was talking about. So I just gave him my van to fix. And then last week, or week before even, I booked in for a service, didn't go anywhere else. And I don't know if he's overcharged me or not. I don't think so. I think he's charged me a fair price. I paid £560 for a full service, MOT, brake pads all around, and one of my ABS sensor cables was damaged, which he repaired. Now, I didn't even question the price, because at the end of the day, I trust him. I trust him that he knows what he's doing, and that's what I'm paying for. I'd rather pay a little bit more, pay a premium, so to speak, and have someone who knows what they're doing and have that peace of mind. And like I said, I know it's not all landlords, but if you've got a good engineer or a good tradesperson to carry out work on your rental property, and you know that you're not getting hassled by your tenants because the work's getting done, keep that relationship. Don't ruin that relationship over this, over some. If it's thousands, then okay, I can understand, you want to compare price. But if you're looking at maybe 40, 50 quid, even like 100 quid or something like that, maybe that engineer or that tradesperson is worth that extra 100 quid, because you're getting that peace of mind. So just something to think about. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on for 5 minutes, because that's how long I'm in here for. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to ride out the next few minutes, and then I'm going to get on with my day. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.
Howdy. So this job, I'm going to record it. It might be interesting, might not. I basically just got to fit 3 electric radiators, well, replace them. So hopefully it's pretty straightforward. Let's go and find out. Okay, so these are the radiators that are getting replaced, Dimplex ones. So I've got 3 to do, 1 in here, 1 in the bedroom next door, and 1 in the living room. So first and foremost, I need to find where's the fuse spur for it. Because it might be behind this bed, because on the other ones they are right next to them. If not, I'll need to, I'm sure I'll find, okay, I can feel a cable here. What I might do is actually pop them off first, see how much slack there is on the cable behind it. It might be, maybe stupid if there's a few spurs behind it, but it might be, you never know what you come across. Right, let's just get started. Right, first things first, let's try to take this off. There's some plasterboard fixings which have come away. Now, the only reason I'm wearing gloves is not because I'm a pansy. Well, I am a pansy, but these brackets are quite sharp, and I don't want to cut myself. I just want to see how. Oh, okay, let's see. You got to push it in, and then that comes out of there. Okay, so here, look, that's what I mean. It's just comes straight off the wall there. All right, so that's wired into there. So there must be a fuse spur somewhere to control that, but that's fine. I'll find the fuse spur, turn the power off, then we'll get the new one on here, and obviously it will come with the cable, and we'll wire that straight into there. Found the fuse spur. You probably can't see it, but it's behind this bed frame there. So at least we know that there is a spur there. New one is unboxed, and it looks like it might be the same. Oh, come on, that is stuck in. That these edges are really sharp, so I really don't want to cut myself, which I think I'll probably. Yeah, that is razor sharp. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure that that bracket is the same as that, which it looks like it is. It looks like it is. I'm just looking at it, but let me get it off of here, line it up in there. If it is the same, then happy days. What I'm actually going to do is I'll still use the new bracket because that one's a bit bent out of shape. But I reckon what I'll probably do, I've got another hole here that I can use, but on the bottom one, I'm probably going to get maybe HSS bit, maybe drill another hole above or below it, because obviously these fixings have come away. I might actually be able to. Let's see. I'll figure it out. But first, let me just get that off and make sure it's the same height and same size as that. I spoke too soon. The brackets are not the same. Those ones, obviously, you can see. I'm trying to not get the shadow on it. The holes don't line up, which actually does me a favor. It means I can just do new brackets, and this one's shorter as well, so it's fine. I'll do new brackets. I might reuse one of the fixings. Do any of them even line up? Might use something like that, but I also need to now see. Need to make sure I've got space, so I might now actually have to shift it over, because obviously that was going behind there, but I don't know if that fuse spur will fit behind there, so I might just do it right at the end. So maybe have the end of the radiator finishing there, and then have it that way, so at least that's accessible as well. Well, I guess I could have filmed me fitting the bracket, but it's literally just moved it over. It's nice and level, punched some holes in, that's all done, and I've done it so that the end of the heater actually finishes here, so it's going to cover these 2 holes, but you can also get access to that if we ever need to in the future. So now I'm going to wire it in, hang it on, and then that's bit done. And I've got 2 more to do the same. Okay, that's 1 done, and yeah, like I said, I've done it that way, so if we ever need to get access to that in the future, we can. And yeah, I know you can see the holes there, but when you walk into the room, unless you literally go this angle to look for it, you can't see it. But I wanted to keep it just enough away so we can get access to that blanking plate if we need to. But yeah, that's all done there. And the fuse spur, like I said, is just behind this bed frame. So let's pop that on now. That is a good sign. Power on, sequence and self-test. UK Island, I guess. All right, let me set all this up and then turn it on and make sure it's getting hot. I know you can't see it, but I can feel it. So I've just put that on a boost, 21 degrees for half an hour. So it's got 29 minutes remaining. It's actually quite clever. You can set your own programs and times and everything on it. I might actually get one of these for my shed, because I did buy a little electric heater for my shed, but it's not great. This, I can feel it's giving out heat already. I might actually get one of these for my shed as well, I reckon. But that's all good. So I'm going to leave that on for half an hour, let it warm up. At least we can see that it's doing its job. And we're going to do the other two now. All right, that's 1, 2, and 3. This one and the other bedroom one, same bracket. So it's literally one off, one on, wire it in, job done. But yeah, they are all getting warm. So happy days. Ooh, almost fell down there. I might actually change my career and become a Sparks, because to do electric radiators compared to central heating radiators, doddle. Now I know why Sparks are made of money. I see now why Sparks have it so easy. If that was a central heating radiator and there were 3, I'd probably book up the whole day for it. With electric rads, you got no draining down, no pipework adjustment. Even the brackets are one piece as well, so you haven't got to faff around with 2 individual brackets, trying to get them level and all that. Life of a Sparks might make me consider changing careers, you know, if every job is as easy as that. I haven't got to get wet, I haven't got to worry about gas, haven't got to worry about anything. It's just check that the power's dead and you're good to go. Right, I've got a Green Star. I've been to this one a couple of times before. I've changed the diverter motor on this. I think there's something else as well. Can't remember. But we've got a leak from the right hand side. It's from back there. I'm guessing right hand block. I'm hoping it's just a flow turbine adapter, because I've got one of those with me. But man, my luck, it's probably going to be the right hand block. I've got that on the van as well, but it just means it's going to be a longer job if it is. So let's get the case off. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Right, let's have a look. Pressure's down a bit. I doubt it's going to be the flow turbine, and it's not. It is the right hand block, which is gone. Great. Okay. Good thing is the AAV looks okay, because I don't actually have an AAV on me. I used up my last one last night, and I just went on a hunt to try and find one, and literally none of the suppliers around me have got one. But I've got right hand block, I've got flow turbine adapter, I've got PRV. We can get this done and just get the price over to the landlord, get it approved, and then we'll go from there. I'm back in the van, and that is the last time I do a job for that landlord, because I've done so much work for him, even at his own house. And obviously it's a right hand block and it's going to be quite a costly repair. I gave him the price, and he's now umming and ahhing and this, that, the other. Now he's saying how much is a new boiler. I gave him a ballpark figure for a new boiler, and now he's questioning that, basically questioning everything. So I said, okay, look, fine. If you don't want me to do the repair today, no problem. Just settle my call out, and that's it. Sent him the amount for the call out. Then he calls me back saying, why are you charging me this much for a call out? And it's just like, well, I've always charged you the same amount. It's always been the same amount. And the only reason why the price have been different is because a lot of the jobs that I've come to, they've been first time fixes, and they've been pretty straightforward. So I've not had to charge any extra labor, like changing the diverter motor on it, like call out plus the part. Going to his other rental property, a Vaillant, change the PRV. Okay, fine. I'm just going to charge for the call out plus the PRV. On this one, he doesn't want me to do the work, so I've just charged a call out. And then he's like, oh, but everyone else charges X, Y, Z, whatever. I said, well, I'm not everyone. You're using me for a reason. You've got me out here for a reason, because I fixed it every single time. So now you're questioning everything. You're now questioning the price for everything. He wants me to give him a price on the overall repair, I said to him, well, oh, to keep a good relationship and everything. I said, well, how about we flip it? If you want to keep a good relationship with an engineer, why don't you tip me? Why don't you offer me more than what I've quoted you? So the relationship works both ways. I've always come and fixed the problem on the first visit. I've never had to come back for a second visit. So what do you want to do today? It just got to the point where I just said, I don't want to do any more work for him anymore. I want to get my call out fee paid, and then that's it. I haven't got time to be messing around like that. He's saying to me, he's an old man, you know, this, that, the other. I said, I'm a young man with a young family to provide for. It works both ways. You don't go into Tesco, Sainsbury's and ask for a discount. You know, they're not going to give you a discount. Same way, I'm running a business. If you want to get someone cheap and cheerful to do it, by all means, go and get someone cheap and cheerful to do it. I don't have a problem with that. But you've called me out specifically because you know I've got the stuff on the van. I could do it now, but he doesn't want me to do it. So fair enough. I'm done. Well, I'm not done with the day. I've got a mission drive now to Canvey Island from East Ham to go and change some radiator valves. So let's go do that. Right, we are now in Canvey Island. So I've come from East Ham to Canvey Island. So a completely different change of area. And the reason why I've come out here is for a very old customer of mine, actually. It's someone who I've known for, I'd say, almost 5 years now. And I remember because she had quite a lot of problems with her heating system where she was living before. It was a bungalow, it was all concrete flooring, and she was having constant issues with pressure dropping out. I tried everything that I could, and I could not locate the leak. The only option we had then was to basically do a full repipe. Luckily, it was a bungalow. Where the boiler was, the flow and returns were already going up into the loft space, and it was going round to certain parts of the bungalow, but then other parts it was buried under the concrete. Where the flow and returns were coming up, I managed to basically repipe it through the loft and then just do drops to every radiator. There was only about 4 or 5 radiators there. But since then, she's moved to Canvey Island. I'm here today because she's got all of her radiators. I've only got these lock shields on them. She hasn't got any TRVs. So I'm going to replace all but one with all TRVs, and we're going to keep one with 2 lock shields on so that we can keep one which basically acts like a bypass radiator or so. That's going to be the bathroom one. It is a seal system. It's a combi here. There isn't a drain point anywhere on the system that I could see. So this is the one in the hallway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn both sides off. I'm going to drain the pressure out the radiator itself. And then on there, I'm going to probably put or either that side or that side, doesn't matter. I'm going to put a washing machine hose, connect onto there, run it outside, so that will drain the pressure out of the system. Once that's done, then I can just basically go around and swap out the lock shields for the TRVs. And I've got to change the tails on these as well, because these have all got the 3/4 inch tails. So we've got to change all those out for standard 15mm tails and the TRVs. So let's get on with it. Okay, that's the first one done. So I took the tail out, the old lock shield, use the same nut and valve on the bottom, and obviously a new nut and valve on the top one there. And yeah, so I drained it out using this. So drained it into the deblower. You know, because it's cold, I didn't want to leave the door open. It's like 4 degrees, 3 or 4 degrees out here right now. So just ran the deblower hose through there. It just pumps out whatever's in there straight out the letterbox and to the outside. So that way we can still stay relatively warm inside. It's not going to be too cold. Done this one. Pressure's off now. So this probably would have been the longest one because I had to take the pressure off the system and everything. Now I shouldn't actually need the deblower because all the pressure's off. I just need to go around changing the tails and changing the TRV. So I'm not going to film all the rest of it now because you've seen me do one. The other 3 are going to be pretty much exactly the same. I'm just going to get it done and then we'll come back at the end once we're repressurizing and testing everything. Right, so we've got one on there, one on here with light switch, one on there, and then we've got one there. Oh, and then we've got one in that corner there. Everything's on, everything's getting nice and hot now. Linda's happy, I'm happy.
Very, very happy.
Now I'm gonna make my way home and she's happy because it's freezing outside. As soon as I walk out to my van and come back in, I can feel the heat.
Yeah.
It's definitely done the job.
Definitely.
All good.